Hi guys, my name is Urwa. I'm a producer. I have been working in the industry for the past 3 years. I produce commercials for corporate clients such as Chase, United Airlines, Target, and I'm here to give you guys some advice on how to go from indie producing to producing for corporate clients. So anytime you're scoping a piece of creative, a general rule of thumb is always to follow the production triangle. What is a production triangle? It has three main elements. The first one being quality, the second one is time, and then the third thing is cost. It is very unlikely that you're going to have all three things on your side in any given project, but it is very important to have at least two in your back pocket. For example, if you have a project and it needs to be very fast, which means you're low on time, and it needs to be very high quality, then you know that at that project you need a lot of money. It is not going to be inexpensive. A big budget does not magically equals to good production quality or successful execution. One of the biggest lessons that I learned when I was first transitioning from indie producing over to producing for corporate clients is dealing with different unions. There is something called an OPO, which is one production only. I, as a producer, cannot sign an OPO. If I had a production company under my name, I still would not be able to sign an OPO. In order to sign an OPO, you must have an advertising agency. So for instance, my hiring company, that is the advertising agency, or the client can sign an OPO and we can engage union talent in a production, for example. Now, each calendar year, every advertising agency gets 3 OPOs. If you go further than those 3 OPOs in that particular year, then now you could technically be held liable to make sure that all of your future engagements have to be union. If you do not cross that 3 OPOs in 1 year, each calendar year, it will reset. Most clients or advertising agencies do not really like to engage in OPOs. Hence, this is where the concept of third-party signatories come in. That third-party signatory can carry the union portion of the job on behalf of your production company. However, you have to make sure that their involvement in that production is from the very start of your dealings with SAG or your dealings with the union. If you bring in a third-party signatory after you have already negotiated with the union, now you're opening up a can of worms where the relationship of the signatory and the union can get jeopardized. What if they've already done 3 OPOs in that year? Now you have no other options left but to either go in completely non-union for that job or to force your client to sign an OPO, and that's not going to retain your business in the future with them. A very big lesson that I personally learned when I first transitioned from indie producing to going to the corporate world is check the labor laws of the state of your execution. For example, in California, I must pay my crew via payroll unless any of my crew members have a registered entity under their name. No such law exists in New York. In New York, any of my crew members are free to invoice me and get paid via 1099. The reason why it is very crucial for you as the producer to know from early on if your crew is being paid via invoice or through payroll is because you have to allocate the appropriate P&W cost. For example, if you have a project and you have allocated about $100,000 in labor for that project, the P&W cost for that could come up to about $23,000. If you did not allocate that P&W, now you're looking at an overage of $23,000 that you must go and discuss with your client. And that is going to be a very uncomfortable conversation. One big thing to consider when you move on to the corporate world is client management, which is a big part of the job. I cannot stress this enough. Over communication is always better than under communication. Even the most minute details that you don't think your head of departments or your performers or your clients need, trust me, they need them. We may not always have the kind of resources that we would like to execute, but as long as your team is well aware of the resources that we do have, and there are no surprises along the way, and that everyone is aligned on the same page, those resources will be plenty and everyone will learn to execute within those resources. You want to make sure that when your clients arrive either on set or when your clients are seeing the final product, their expectations were managed from the very start. You can learn more about me or my work or collaborate with me through my website www.urwazubair.com.